Toda vez que me perguntam o que você prefere, Nicolas, filmes ou séries, eu respondo filmes. Isso quando dá tempo de eu assistir algum. E por que você não é muito chegar em séries? Bem, dá pra contar nos dedos de uma mão quantas séries eu já assisti em toda a minha vida. Agora, o principal motivo é que eu não continuo acompanhando é que, claro, a maioria é comprado e traz uma mensagem do sistema ocultista. E perguntam, você já assistiu alguma série da Netflix? Só de ouvir esse nome já me dá um nojo. Nunca criei conta lá e, pelo que eu me lembro, nunca assisti algo de lá. Tanto é que no começo dos filmes, quando tem a logo da Netflix ou da Columbia Pictures, eu não assisto. Mas por que o motivo, Nicholas? Na questão do Netflix. Aqui eu vou deixar um trecho de um documentário, se não me engano se chama Pedogate, que você vai entender o porquê eu tenho nojo da Netflix. Que foi o estopim para eu não assistir e eu não tinha interesse antes, mas esse foi o estopim. Eu espero que você se revolte junto comigo.
In the course of our research into online pedophile networks, a specific URL continued to re-emerge within deviant chat rooms. A site featuring over 230 gigs of sexually suggestive material involving children, specifically young girls, ranging from the age of 14 to 5 years old. And on one occasion, a user shared a link featuring the sexual torture of an infant. We immediately reported the link to cybertip.org. This website is arguably one of the largest surface web pedophile networks in the world, with new images uploaded every day, and it can all be accessed through Google. For obvious reasons, we cannot reveal too much of the site. We think it's important, however, to expose its name and how it functions. But first, it's crucial to understand why. Educating ourselves about the prominence of surface web child sexual abuse material can help us protect our children. We can also work together and collectively flag the URL on cybertip.org. Unfortunately, our attempts to remove the site will be difficult, because the pedophiles who created it have made it nearly impossible to remove. Its opening page features a set of rules, which, when adhered to, are considered technically legal. Rules like do not upload or request child pornography. No visible genitalia is allowed. Both nipples and butts in a non-commercial, non-sexual context are okay. Some images do adhere to these rules, even depicting children in a decent manner. But the implications of this fact are just as troubling, because according to this website, it appears that even wholesome images of children can be sexually gratifying for pedophiles. I kind of freaked out after discovering this, and I scoured my Facebook asking myself, have I posted any images of my nephew? How devastating would it be if I saw an innocent picture of him being shared by these perverts, knowing the only person to blame is me? And perhaps most unsettling, what exactly would I be able to do about it? Many users on this website share YouTube links, one of which led to this rather disturbing channel called Piper Binds.
I think I know why Fluffy won't say anything else. 'Cause he's a stinking dog! A dog! Oh yeah, baby. Hello, my friends. Watch my workout and subscribe please.
Other users are literally stalking the social media accounts of young girls. This person says, she is a hottie, but nothing secret and all freely accessible. How are we to respond, knowing that many of these images are harmless, but are being used in the most harmful ways? How can this website be, quote, technically legal, if we know its users are sexually exploiting children on it? And how are we supposed to protect our children while this legal gray area exists? These apparent guidelines merely serve as a protection mechanism for the preservation of the site. In minutes, we found images portraying naked children forcing to pose inside of cheap photo shoots, and videos displaying actual child pornography, all of which was reported to cybertip.org. Now, everything that you've just seen is merely the contextual setup for what, regrettably, is next. As seen in Pedogate 2020 Part 2, when typing SRC into Russia's Yandex search engine, countless indecent images of children pulled up, almost all of which featured disturbing tags and comments. But if you were to type SRC into Yandex right now, literally nothing pulls up. This is a very good thing, and if our video played a role, which we think it did, we're encouraged. What is shocking, however, is that new findings point to another flaw in Yandex, one which might shine a light onto the name of this website and potentially bring new context to a controversial new film.
It's really sparked outrage and calls for a boycott.
Social media erupted in outrage with the hashtag cancel Netflix.
I thought the movie poster was simply a victim of poor marketing on the behalf of Netflix. Boy, was I fucking wrong.
There is literally no reason why there should be any close-ups.
It's literally awful.
It is beyond repulsive.
We are currently living in clown world.
However well-intentioned, I think it falls far short of the mark.
After Cuties was published on Netflix, a kind of social battle ensued, with one side praising the film for what they viewed as a fearless critique of religious traditionalism, and the other incensed at what they perceived as the sexual exploitation of children, a societal defect both sides are against. After watching the film myself, I see Cuties as either an intentional or unintentional pedophilia apologist film. For example, in one scene, the children sneak into laser tag and are caught by security. Moments later, another guard arrives, and after the children plead to be let go, the protagonist, Amy, decides to twerk for the older men.
I told you these girls were trouble.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
The film reserves judgment toward the security guard, seemingly unbothered by his apparent attraction to twerking 11-year-olds, while simultaneously judging, rightly so, the moral pitfalls of Islamic fundamentalism. But aren't both worthy of critique? Why reprimand one, but give the other a pass? This blind spot occurs again and again, making the final scene where Amy independently decides to dress decently feel unearned and tone-deaf. Are we supposed to forget about the sexualized dance routines? Do the creators of Cuties even see anything wrong with those routines? That I cannot confidently answer that question is to acknowledge the problem. And it's because of this problem that I think it's worth asking, what if the intent of Cuties actually was to condone pedophilia? To normalize it in some sense?
What's wrong with you?
Well, perhaps now it's time to go back to the aforementioned website. Now, what word do you think the pedophiles on this website repeatedly use when referring to their fantasies? It's worth noting that this website was fully operational before the film Cuties was seen by anyone. And according to ipaddress.com, this site was up and running for almost a year before Cuties debuted in France. Cuties simply means a cute person, especially girl or young woman, so it makes sense why a film about young girls would use the name. A name that, when translated into French, where the film was based, is Mignones. Nonetheless, it remains a fact that before the French film was even released, a large network of pedophiles were using the word cuties as their foundational term with which to label young girls online. But how do I know it's, quote, foundational? Surely there are other words this network uses to reference children, right? Isn't this just an example of a kind of confirmation bias? I saw the movie Cuties and now I'm trying to maliciously link it to this pedophile website. Why am I so focused on the word cutie? Well, the answer lies in the website's domain name. cutiegarden.org. As seen in part 2, when using control searches on Yandex, such as kids, Boy Scouts, SRC USA, the term boy or girl, all of which pull up nothing concerning, because similar to Google and DuckDuckGo, Yandex is designed to hide indecent imagery of children. But what about the term cuties? Fortunately, when typing it into Google, other than a few images of the film, it pulls up nothing but the popular brand of oranges. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for Google's cousin. The reality that the term cuties has had a gruesome and indefensible meaning among predators online, and still does to this day, should be considered when deciding the intentions of Netflix's film. And as for cutiegarden.org, let's work in unison. And even though our efforts might ultimately prove futile, we can still try to protect the children currently being exploited there, and report the URL together. Let's hope it works.